All right, welcome. Do me a favor, please hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed and notifications so you know when videos come out. Today I want to talk about 3 things that will not save your marriage if you've heard, I love you but I'm not in love with you, I want space, a separation, or a divorce. Okay? The first is endless long conversations talking about the relationship. That doesn't solve anything, and it doesn't help, and it creates pressure for her. It becomes painful, and then if you turn everything into these long conversations about the relationship, she's not even going to want to engage in any conversations with you because she doesn't want to get trapped in an hour, 2 hour long conversation, because inevitably you start trying to point out why she's wrong. How could she do this? It does not help. Okay? A lot of people just don't realize that because they're trying to approach it from a logic standpoint. And you were caught off guard when this happened. And the reality is she's been mourning most likely the relationship for up to 2 years. Number 2 is to start doing everything around the house so she doesn't have to do anything. First off, respect yourself a little more than that. I'm not saying you shouldn't be doing what you're supposed to be doing and your fair share around the house, but don't start doing everything so that you can show mommy what a good boy you are, because that's kind of how it comes across. Okay? If she's got a project at work and you need to pick up a little something at home that she normally would do, that's one thing. But don't suddenly relieve her of all responsibilities. That's BS. Okay? And it's ineffective. And it doesn't make her respect you. It doesn't do anything to make her love you. It just makes it easier for her to go out and do things with her friends and what have you. And the third, and this always surprises people, is marriage counseling. So marriage counseling will cause more divorces when it's not done properly than anything else. So you've got one partner who wants a divorce, one who doesn't. Often one person drags or guilts the other into going, and if both of you aren't wanting to be there and working on the marriage, it's a recipe for disaster, guaranteed. So here's what we've got. Most people don't realize about 80% of marriage counselors suck. They project, they're not good at what they do. Now the 20% that are good, they're worth their weight in gold. And the only way marriage counseling is highly effective is if you and your wife both work on yourselves first. That knee-jerk, let's go to marriage counseling. I can tell you, 20 years ago, went to counseling with the pastor, and I remember the first time talking to him, he'd already talked with my ex. He goes, this is going to be tough. Code for she's done. There's no saving this marriage. But I didn't know that back then. And so if you both work on yourselves, you both address your own personal issues, and you decide you want to work on getting to a version 2.0, loving, connected, and deeply intimate relationship, then if you can vet out and find a good marriage counselor, they're worth their weight in gold. You have a great chance of getting that version 2.0, loving, connected, deeply intimate relationship. And the bonus 4th thing, don't beg, cry, and plead. Okay? Again, not going to make her respect you. Not going to change anything. It'll only make things worse. And so what I've been working with men for over a half a decade now is to love themselves, start focusing on themselves, and to level up. And about half the time you're going to reattract the woman, and you're going to get to the version 2.0. And the other half of the time, you're going to realize either you don't want to be there, or it's not going to happen, or she doesn't meet your standards, and you're going to become a happily divorced man who lives a wonderful life. Either way, you win if you do the work on yourself, for yourself. You can't do it to save the relationship. So If you have any questions, my contact information is down below. Feel free to reach out. Let's talk and we'll go from there. All right? Thanks and have a great week.